Anyway, we was talking about Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Who are we?
Oh, the Poor Horsemen. I'm not the narrator.
You are the curator. Today.
No, I'm not.
I told y'all in the group chat. I've been listed. I've been lifted since this morning. Pretty much.
Well, I'm Phil.
JC's here.
I'm KC, the Poor Horseman Podcast.
Yeah.
This is episode 302.
Yeah.
We're going right into it. As you can see in the pillow, LP is not with us today. But
fuck that. He's not with us.
He's not
no longer.
He's not amongst us. But we're recording on a Friday just to give y'all a little backstory. Normally we record on Sundays, so it's a little different in here. The vibes feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
But prior to starting up this show, we was talking about Bad Boys, so we just gonna bring it to the camera. We ain't get right into it, so all this stuff gonna be fresh.
Yeah.
Did y'all like the movie?
Yes.
I did, man. I did. I
saw which Carter?
Hey, brother, let's leave out.
Oh, my bad.
I seen that bitch by myself.
Oh,
bro.
okay.
Oh.
No, because the reason why I asked that, because I seen people saying, should they take their kids to see it?
Nah.
I guess not.
We saw Bad Boys too when I was a teenager.
But I'm saying you take
the language
Yeah.
was pretty severe,
Yeah.
but I'll take my son and
Yeah.
you feel me?
Right.
I'll be like, hey, because they gonna hear it anyway.
Yeah, but I mean like
Bad
a little
ass
one.
kids. Oh yeah, no.
But you remember how we used to go to the movies?
But
like,
5 and
you
6.
just ain't gonna go to the movies anymore like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got actual movie that you can go see.
Uh-huh.
Like back then, you was just going. We would go every weekend or every weekend
sure.
because it was movie.
Yeah,
I remember watching like Devil's Advocate,
Damn, that's a good movie.
Spice World,
Yeah,
and like Rush Hour, and what's the little white girls that try to set their parents up? Parent Trap.
yeah,
Oh, parents.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember like seeing all that like grouped together.
yeah,
Oh damn.
That's how long
yeah.
we used
I
We used to
seen,
be in that hole.
I randomly seen Road Trip in the movie.
Yeah,
And
I
was
watched
like,
that
what?
in theaters too.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? You
Yeah,
know, I didn't
yeah.
know anyone in the
American
movie.
Pie
And I
type shit.
seen Paid in Full like that.
Huh?
I didn't know what
that
Paid
shit
in
wasn't
Full
in
was.
theaters.
It was. Yeah, it was in the theater here in Houston. I went and seen it.
DVD.
Yeah, we
I
had
was in
the
Oklahoma.
bootleg.
Okay,
I had
yeah. I
DVD.
seen
I
it
had
in the
bootleg.
theater. I never forget. I was like, damn, this shit is lit.
Yeah, but anyway,
But yeah, the movie, I like the movie. Like I feel like for this to be a part 4 and compared to like other movies that like gone way beyond their prime, they're getting better. Like part 3, I was like,
part 3 wasn't.
Yeah,
Part 3 was
Maybe I need to watch
The
it again.
storyline wasn't.
Yeah.
It
I was like part 3 is like, this kind of
yeah.
forced. But part 4, I feel like it tied up part 3
Okay, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
made it its own.
Is there any movie that, not the sequel, but the 3rd or 4th movie was better than?
Rush
Or like-
Hour. I think Rush Hour 3 got better.
Hell no.
Hell no.
What?
Hell no.
Oh, Rush Hour 3 was good.
It's
Or
better
2
than
was
what?
good.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about not the sequel, like just like a 3 or a 4. That's
Oh, like
great.
a 3 or 4.
When they just came back and like killed it, like how they just did.
What about? And it's an old movie, Lethal Weapon. I think they got
Lethal
better.
Weapon, that's a good.
You see
yeah,
what I
Lethal
mean?
Weapon 3 was good.
Now,
Yeah. Was that 3 or 4?
Can I get some props
with,
around this
that
bitch,
was
man?
good.
Come on, man.
see,
KC,
that
give
was-
me-
I'm talking about
come
the
on.
one with
That
Jet
was-
Li.
That was, I think
That was 4.
That was 4.
4 was good.
Yeah, 4.
That was Jet Li.
4.
That was
Matter
good.
of fact, you're right, because Joe
Yeah.
Pesci was the
I
first.
seen that in theaters.
That was in 3.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci came in 3.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell you.
But
that was a good one.
Thank
Jet
you,
Li
bro.
and Chris Rock was on 4.
Right.
No.
No,
Hell no.
absolutely.
Hell no.
That shit got so worse.
But no, Bad Boys though, like I liked how they switched it up from Will always being the badass to him having his anxiety and all that stuff he was dealing with.
Yeah.
And then Martin actually being the badass in this movie.
Yeah,
It was cool
yeah.
movie. It was done really well.
I hate to see them old. It was like every shot I'm looking
Yeah.
at Martin, I'm like, damn, this Marty Moore, you know?
Yeah.
And then you look at Will, and it's like, Will look good, but
Yeah.
you know it's painted.
Yeah.
And you can tell the oldness in his
Yeah,
neck.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But man, Martin, bro, is so funny.
Yeah, he was good.
He's so funny.
But it's
bro.
like hearing him when he's talking, even regular. I'm now hearing Big Mama.
Yeah.
okay,
time.
yeah.
It's like always hearing Big Mama because
Uh-huh.
now it's like his voice is just always hers.
Okay.
But
Either that's the way he acted in that movie. Either that's the genius of him, or they wrote that and perfected
be the
his
genius of
character.
He got to be.
'Cause
That's him.
They played into the stigma of his being now.
Yeah.
Like he been having strokes and all this other shit.
Uh-huh.
That scene when he was walking in the street, like that happened in real life.
Yeah.
That scene, then they put together the slapping shit. They just put together real life shit so they can kind of correlate with what's going on in the world. It was written pretty good.
Oh, definitely was.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they tied the story with Reggie.
right.
That shit was dope.
That shit was
and
nice.
Reggie stole the show.
Reggie
Yeah.
stole the show.
Reggie stole the show, bro.
Yeah,
Bro
that was
had me
good.
fired up, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. I was like, damn, they gonna kill Reggie?
I
That's
know.
what I
That's what
thought,
I thought.
too.
I'm like, damn, Reggie gonna go.
I
He
was
was
like,
cool.
damn.
Yeah.
That boy Reggie popped up everybody and did that salute. Everybody in the house started laughing.
That's what-
But one thing that made like in that movie, because it was sold out, everyone had a collective like applause for Reggie. But then in the same instance, everybody had a collective like, oh my gosh, when Tiffany Haddish popped on the screen. I feel like that's one actress that who fumbled her popularity, just doing the most.
Yeah.
Like when people be like, you doing the most.
Yeah.
She is one person that definitely did the most, and it was not good for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like to call people that, but mama corny, bro.
Who?
Tiffany Haddish, bro.
Yeah.
And she kept doing that.
That's
that
what I'm
shit,
saying.
bro. I was like, hey, bro.
You look like doing the most.
You know what I'm saying? And then she kept running with that joke about, I forgot what that joke was, bro. It was the same joke.
Yeah.
And then I seen her do stand up, bro, and it was sad, bro. You know how when people on Apollo get booed, bro,
Yeah.
you turn the channel, bro. That's how I felt, bro.
Somebody boo this man.
But to me, she did good in this role. Like this role fit her and what she can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what all I can
It
say.
looked like they wrote it just for her
It was meant
to execute
Right.
it the way they
This
wanted
is a-
to, and that's it.
Yeah, this
Who
is
can
something.
we get to say,
Yeah.
It
I
gotta
want
be.
you to eat my
Yeah,
punani?
exactly.
She did not say punani. But I want you to eat my punani.
Ooh.
Oh, Tiffany Haddish.
Yep.
It'll be authentic. It'll be genuine.
Yeah. I was off of her when
Freaky
she,
ass nigga. She's a freak ass.
when she was I seen some shit. She was at the Oscars chasing after that white woman, Meryl Streep, I think.
Oh, what
She was like doing the most to get to her and shit.
bro.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
was like,
saying.
I don't like that
folks.
shit. Yeah. That shit whack.
Bro, they talking about what? Who allowed? Bro, I'm gonna leave it alone, bro.
But anyway, yeah, that was cool. They had some cameos in there. DJ Khaled, huh?
Yeah.
Who,
The African, that TikTok dude.
oh yeah.
Who, that
yeah.
dancing nigga?
Nah,
He was in there.
The one that he'll like look at something obvious and he'll just be like, that's his whole thing. He was like
Man, that
at
weak
the
ass shit.
at the beginning when he walked past him
Yeah.
and he just that little African doing that. He got all that from TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I ain't know who he was, but I knew it was some TikTok,
Yeah.
YouTube shit or something.
That's some good.
I wish they would've had, like-
did that shit.
I wish they had like Jimmy Butler on that or something, or because they Bad Boys, they always got a celebrity from Miami
John
or play on
Sally
the team.
returned.
But the nigga got killed.
Yeah. They
Oh, he
pop
did
him, man.
pop, bro.
They pop.
Damn.
Yeah.
That scene was funny too. That was
Yeah,
cool.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was pretty. Martin was funny, bro.
Yeah.
That man on screen, bro, he's good.
You know who else was surprisingly funny? The white boy,
Oh, which one?
the buff ass nerd guy that on a task force.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
He was. funny.
The son was like, yeah, you fine too. He's like, what the fuck you say?
Yeah.
Like, everybody bust out laughing.
Hell yeah. Hell
It
yeah.
was a laugh.
That was funny.
But speaking of funny, the complex list came out
Oh yeah.
about the I think it was the top
Yeah.
10
Funniest people on the internet.
And so I can't go down the list. I just know that Drewski was number one, rightfully so.
Yeah, that nigga.
The number 2 guy, I seen him before. I don't know I can't remember his name. I believe RDC World was like, what were they, 3 or 8? One of the two. Look it up real quick. And then, no, Desi Banks was 8.
Mm.
And so when it came out that Drewski was number 1, he wrote in the comments, almost like some kind of hating comment.
He said he should have been higher.
He was just saying, I guess I ain't funny type shit.
He said, yeah, I guess I ain't funny.
He was on the list, right?
He was on the list, but he wrote it under the picture of Drewski being number 1.
Oh, that's hate.
Ben the Don.
Yeah, Ben the Don funny.
Mark Phillips and RDC World.
Oh shit, they number 3?
Yep. That dude, Trey Rags, 4. Theo Vaughn, 5. Funny Marco, 6.
Man, I used to cry for him, Marco, bro.
Curvo, I don't know who that is. Desi Banks, 8. Malik B, he's funny, 9. 85 South, 10.
Shannon Sharp. Oh.
Luke Young, 11.
Is funny. That nigga be saying.
And then who?
Dr. Umar ain't on that list.
Man, he should be number 2.
I don't know who Zoe Spencer is. That could be it right there though. But the number 2 dude, I don't really know him.
Ben the Don,
I seen some of his stuff, but yeah, I know. I seen that. Like I seen some of his stuff, but it just
y'all seen the dude?
Not my type of.
His thing is he got a go pick up my dad in the front. Let me text him real quick. Y'all seen a dude that be doing
Hold
like
on, I tell Ken too.
Yeah, you can go. So he goes to people's he has this website and you can write complaints about your job. Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, the hiring agency. Y'all ain't seen that shit?
No.
It's a real thing. Like he has a website. It's like a nonprofit, and you can go on there and write your complaints. And then he goes to your job. He's a comedian, and he explains to the manager, "Hey, I got some complaints, and it's completely unanimous. But my name is this. This is my real organization. If you want to sit down, I can read these off verbatim, and it'd be like so and so is sleeping with so and so in the office. He don't like black people. This, that, and the third. And they be like, what? Who said that? And then they'll kick him out or call the police. But that shit funny as hell. It's like I forgot my man's name, but that shit funny. But it's like a real thing. He goes city to city doing this shit.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
I would out that list though. I would take the guy that's number 2. What's his name? Ben the Don.
Mm-hmm.
I would scale him back. I would put Mark Phillips in RDC World 2. Nah, Drewski is on top.
I seen him
That nigga,
come up.
he's a genius, bro.
Drewski is
he's
hilarious.
a comedic.
See how you went from hey, give me my props to where you at now. Your downfall is about as Tiffany Haddish right now.
I think he just one of them dudes that's just naturally funny.
He's a comedic skit genius, bro.
Yeah,
he really is, bro. These skits he coming up with, bro, this is real life shit that we all have partaken in, bro. The skit where they was doing the Laffy Taffy dance and shit with the big shirt.
Yeah.
You know, we live that time. You know what I'm saying?
He did a skit about in the warehouse, like how niggas be hating in the warehouse.
Oh my God.
I live that shit.
But even in the skits, like even outside the skits, he just naturally funny. Like he had Kevin Hart in tears.
Yeah.
Just being himself on that stream.
That stream was live, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't see the whole thing. I just watched the clips.
Yeah, I be watching the clips.
Was hilarious.
Could we stream?
Could if you want to have a sleepover and be by the computer all night, nigga. I got work in the morning.
I ain't gonna lie. When they brought the Roll Tide,
that was funny.
That was the funniest shit ever, bro.
Did LeBron call?
Them niggas funny.
You said LeBron said nigga?
Yeah, bro. Drewski's funny, bro.
Yeah,
he literally is funny, bro. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, man. I guess I ain't funny enough. Shit. That's
funnier than that boy.
Ass shit.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
we gotta get Jeff Shelley on that list.
Man, get us on that list. Shit. Fuck that shit.
They ain't gonna get nobody from Houston because we got convicts out here getting free.
Oh, the dude that escaped. How he escaped?
He was getting transported, like, because it's the courthouse, so he was getting transported and he just jumped into the bike.
He was getting transported.
He got transported
jumped out of
and he just jumped in.
He had his court trial.
This nigga like Wesley Snipes on U.S. Marshals.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. I read that he held one of the people at Night Point. The DA. He held the DA at Night Point.
In the courthouse?
In the courthouse.
Like, as they was taking him out to the bus.
Yeah, he held the knife. He held
this
DA
is
on
a
Night
bad
Point.
nigga. He's still on the loose.
He's
Oh,
That nigga got me fucked up, player.
nigga out of
Nah.
there.
UH downtown on lockdown last night.
For real?
Damn.
Wait, people, UH downtown is not, it's like a campus, like,
Nah, it's just class.
oh, I
That's
thought
classic.
people stay there. I'm about to say, what?
Nah.
They got
Go
housing, I
home.
think.
Nah, they don't have houses.
They have housing.
Yeah, it's,
yeah.
yeah.
Nigga, go home.
So he jumped in Buffalo Bayou?
Man,
That hoe got gators.
This nigga tripping.
Probably shit, salmonella.
Salmonella.
Who's that?
Our producer just said the bayou has salmonella.
I don't know.
That's
What
what
is
you
it?
get for eating raw chicken.
Shit.
What's salmonella?
The salmonella. That's when you get for eating raw chicken.
Oh.
I don't fuck
You don't get that for being in the bayou.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stay right there.
Going into this Friday, we are here Friday. Who we got? Do you think Mavs hold it down or is over?
It's over.
It's over, man.
What was they doing the other day? They wasn't out on the court practicing. Was they having a team meeting? They thought they was gonna come back from a 3-0. That's what they was doing. I just seen something that they weren't on the court practicing.
Yeah, for game 4.
Yeah. So I don't
Luka
know,
was
man.
probably still crying.
Luka,
Yeah, I don't. They just don't have enough, bro. Like even though they hooped the other day, what Luka had, they both had 30.
Yeah.
They just don't have enough, bro. They don't got enough shooters. They don't have enough people on the boards. They don't have nobody ISOing like that. They can't get nothing. They can't get the pick and roll going.
Looks
It ain't
so
nothing.
good, bro. And this man, Drew Holiday, bro, is so key, bro. It's ridiculous, man. Drew Holiday is doing everything, bro. Him and what's my man in the backcourt, mate?
Derek White.
Derek White, bro. Great guards to have. Defensive minded. They're gonna hit the open jump shot. They never give up on plays.
Derek Wright gonna have a Robert Horry type career.
Yeah, I feel like that's a great comparison.
Ron
man.
Harper.
Ryan
Oh,
Harper.
that's a good one too.
Because Ron Harper played guard.
Oh, yeah,
and he was more
yeah.
of the
I'm just,
defensive ace.
yeah, that's good. But I was thinking like big shot type stuff. Like this
Well,
dude
yeah,
was
that
just
dude.
making shots.
Yeah. Oh,
Like when he not supposed to be making the shot.
But his defense is so underrated.
oh
Yeah.
my God, it's so.
Wasn't he
good,
first
bro.
team?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He made
Derek
all
White?
defense though, right?
I don't think so.
I don't
Drew
know.
Holiday got first team.
Drew definitely did. Yeah, Drew giving, even though Kyrie scoring them 30 ball, bro, Drew been giving them hell, bro.
Nah, I saw a clip where they showed Drew Holiday workouts in the summer. This nigga works on defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like he
different.
does defense. Like he don't even like do offensive drills and stuff.
Yeah.
He got somebody that be trying to do all the drills and he working on defensive
Reaction.
angles and
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, man, this dude
That's what
is
you're supposed to do. You
Drew
a pro
different,
at,
bro.
yeah. Like Dennis Rodman used to do that.
Oh yeah.
Or
I
just
seen
work
that.
on rebounding and
Wow,
shit.
bro.
He used to
That's a real
Dennis
art,
Rodman
bro.
used to have he used to work on the dexterity of his fingers of trying to like tip the ball to himself to
Yeah.
get rebounds.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
He had that shit to a
Yeah.
science.
You have to. If this is what they want to pay me $1 million to do this.
Wow.
I am gonna work on that.
Exactly, bro.
Like if they break, I've been watching Clipped.
Oh,
He
the
finally started.
I started
I'm about to start.
And I didn't know. I had some questions, but
Ask him.
I didn't know.
This shit.
So they wanted JJ Redick, but old boy was like, he's white. We don't
That
want
was
no
a real
white.
thing.
We don't want no white boy. Like what?
I remember my boy Josh hit us up. That Josh was out there when all this stuff was happening. And he was like, bro, this dude here is like terrible. He's like,
The owner?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was telling us he terrible. And he was like how they doing it on the show where, Blake is being used as, pretty much
Shopping him around.
Yeah, shopping
shit.
them around and stuff like
Wow.
that. That was like a real thing.
So Chris Paul and Blake had friction because of how the owners was treating him, or they just didn't like each other.
he had friction because Blake was Blake was the superstar, he brought relevancy to the Clippers. Because you remember he sat out his rookie year, came back the next year, balled out. Now Clippers is all over the TVs and all that stuff. He the next it guy. But then they bring Chris Paul in.
Turns into Lob City.
Yeah, and Chris Paul wanted to win and stuff, but he wants the locker room. And they fought about that. Like, who's the guy?
But he was excited for Chris Paul to come.
He was, but it quickly changed because of
the
dynamics of it. Because Chris Paul is so much of a
leader,
in-your-face leader, and he wants things done how he wants it done. And so they got tired. Just somebody in your ear telling you what to do all the time on the court, you get stale.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So how many seasons they played together? 6, 7?
Something like that.
I say 4 to 6.
And they never got out the second round?
Nope.
No, bro.
Mm-mm.
Dang.
And they was there. They was up 3-1 against the Rockets.
Yeah.
And they was
Josh
up,
Smith.
They was up like 20 and let
Smith.
Josh Smith beat them. They didn't
Smith and
Harden wasn't even on the court.
crackhead.
Corey Brewer.
My man Corey Brewer.
Yeah, Brewer.
Harden wasn't even on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harden wasn't.
Yep, I remember that.
So I mean, that just lets you know like how it was with that.
And then what was up with the coach? With
I'm about to
the
say
coach?
Doc Rivers, he always get that cop out. But to me personally, I'm not a fan of him as a coach.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out why he's always getting jobs.
That's what I don't understand neither.
It baffles me, bro.
It baffles me because he's the most overrated
Like
coach.
you not, if we talking like compared to NFL, like you're not a Tomlin,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he has the most comebacks, 3-1 losses for teams come back and beat him.
Right. Like and it's not like we loved to watch the Clippers at that time, but we knew they wasn't just gonna do nothing. We knew they weren't gonna do nothing in the playoffs.
He had 2 3-1 leads in the playoffs as a Clippers head coach and lost both of them.
He just lost one
to go to the Western Conference Finals. Then he lost one with the Sixers.
A 3-1?
Yes. He lost one with who was he with last? Oh, he was with the Sixers last. Who was he before that?
He lost one with Orlando to the Pistons.
Oh my God.
He was players operate. I mean, he was the operation manager at the Clippers.
Yep.
So he was bringing people in, trading and all that.
That's why Matt Barnes say he killed the Clippers when he signed Austin Rivers to that money.
How much did he get?
I don't know, but it was still like you giving him this money, he ain't earned it. And the Clippers was it
taken away from somebody else that they needed?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, yeah. That's probably why they hate on them. But
that's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Al Bundy killing it as Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
Oh, but
all them FX shows are good. The OJ one was good.
OJ one was good as hell.
I watched the Versace one. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah, it was another
Versace
one.
one won Emmys.
Yeah, that was good.
What's that movie that what's the rock star played? It's
Lady
about
Gaga.
Yes,
the one about Gucci.
Called? Man, she did amazing.
That's another one,
bro.
That's a biopic. It was based on the guy from Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci family.
Where's that on?
It came out in theaters.
Yeah, I see.
It got nominated for like Oscars.
Man,
when?
Like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But this is the Friday before Father's Day, so we have a special guest. JC and I's dad. We're gonna get him situated. And
part 2.
We'll be right back.
We're back. And we got a special guest with us. This is part 2 of what was that, about a year ago?
It was Father's
Day last year. All right. We got a special request to bring the man, the myth, the legend back. This is Mr. Ivan Seahorn, father of KC and myself. And welcome back, sir.
Well, God bless y'all. Good to be back. I'm glad to be here, healthy and just ready to roll.
Man.
Hey, don't be on that move.
Nah, for real.
Hey, man, but we was talking about the board, and he was like, man, I don't need none of that. But you must know that an inmate just came from court, held the DA at knife point, got away, jumped into Buffalo Bayou, and he's still on the loose right now.
Wow, he's still at large.
Yes.
Wow.
This was yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So they shut
Was
down.
he black?
What
He was
it?
white?
Well, no matter what he was, it's just that it shows the incompetency of the court systems and the people that was responsible for keeping him detained, even during that whole process.
You ever worked in the courtroom?
Not for the city or anything like that. I've been in the court as a witness to situations that I was had arrested an individual and I had to show up and witness in court.
What's the possibility of something like that happening?
Very, very slim. I would say like almost the possibility of Dallas coming back and winning the championship.
That was good. Yeah, it's real.
I mean,
Oh, that's him right there?
And see, you can look at the individual and say, he really didn't have anything to lose. I'm just saying, you don't know what the person's life has been, but you can look at this individual and say that he's been through a lot of things. Not just from the tattoos, you can see it in his eyes.
You can, though. Actually, you really can.
Yeah.
Just from that photo.
Yeah.
Man,
You know.
Pops, I'm glad we got you back. I want to ask some questions about fatherhood.
Okay.
All right. When you had your first child,
Mm-hmm.
how did you feel? Were you prepared for that moment?
Well, I would say I was prepared in a way that sometime you've heard this before, my biological clock tells me it's time, but normally it's from a woman's perspective. But men, we have it too. There's a yearning to want that son, that child, that, so that not only your legacy it goes forth, but it's just something that's natural that you're supposed to be a part of, and that's bringing a child into this world.
Wow. I don't think I had that yearning. Pop, I ain't gonna lie to you.
How many kids do you have?
One.
And so you just accidentally tripped up.
It was and you know what?
But so many people do that.
I mean, I did.
Did you accidentally trip up?
No. I mean, well, I'm gonna just say this. No.
Just think back when you
I
were.
wanted, and I'm gonna just say this. I wanted 12 kids.
Damn.
How many brothers and sisters do you got?
Hey, man.
7.
What was that?
My folks, they grew up with a big family, and they figured it out with a big family.
Yeah.
And with a big family, it was love across the board.
Hey, that's all cool, but they can't hear you.
He's saying that.
Right. I got you.
So my folks were Mississippi.
Okay, well, let's time out. Let's get back on point. Okay, go ahead.
Nah,
I mean,
we going now. We going now.
So
Okay. Yeah, I really wanted
12 kids.
And so I mean, we can go back and forth. Let me just start from just the fact of wanting to have kids.
Yeah, that's all.
My wife, bless her heart, she was from a family of 12. And so when I met their family and their mother and their father, and we got married, I'm like, I want to have 12 kids too. And she said, well, you better go get you a youth group or something, because it ain't happening.
That's different.
We actually talk about it now, and 12 would have been a lot.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot.
Can you
Especially
intentionally have 12 kids?
in this day and age?
Just not
You would have-
even back then.
No,
Can
back
you-
then you can.
intentionally though.
Yeah. Because I've known one of the guys I coached with at Central State, Leon Moore, I'm gonna say his name. He was from a family of 18. Now I'm gonna tell you the mentality of that. His brother, now he played for the Los Angeles Rams back in the day, cornerback, played at Tennessee State. He would tell me stories that if you was at Tennessee State and you missed a tackle in practice, it might be 2 years before you get another shot. So his brother was a pitcher at Fisk University with one eye.
Hold Hold on.
Hey, no. Hey, he literally had, it was 18 of them, right? It was 18 kids. 7 brothers, and 11 sisters.
Oh.
He literally, when we got ready to move to Texas, and we got the job at Texas Southern, he bought a stick shift car. Couldn't even drive a stick because we was going to stop in his hometown in Tennessee, and he said, I said, why you get a stick? He said, because none of my brothers and sisters can drive a stick. If I take a new car there, they're going to be driving. And he told me, he said, Seahorn, when we get home, man, you got to watch out for my sisters, man. He had 11 sisters. All of them.
Bad.
All of them. 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". His mother was 6'3". And so I walk in the door. Now, back then I was like, I walk in the door and they surrounded me. I was like, fresh meat. They look like a bunch of Amazons surrounding me. And so I, got to talking. I say, well, where's your father? Oh, he'll be here in a minute. And then, after we kind of conversated for a little bit, they said, here come Dad. And I'm thinking, this giant of a man gonna come in? Mm-hmm. The guy walked in, the father walked in, he was a cross between Barney Fife and George Jefferson.
Wow.
It blew me away.
Oh, man, he was that shit.
Blew me flat away. And like I say, the mother was 6'3".
How tall was he? Wait, you say about
5'6", at least, maybe 100 and maybe 140 pounds.
Let's go back to your teammate. I mean, your guy though, saying that if they missed tackles they couldn't
at
see
Tennessee State.
Yeah, they had
the coach, Buddy Ryan?
No, the coach is what's the dude name? He's the legendary dude.
Yeah, the legendary coach. It'll come to me.
Yeah. They had a legendary football Hall of Fame
at Tennessee State.
Tennessee State.
Tennessee State.
What's the coach's name?
I knew you were going.
I'm seeing his face. I've met him before.
Tennessee.
Yeah, you can. But here's my thing. They literally, it was so competitive. Y'all ever heard of the guy that played one of the quarterbacks, Joe Gillum, for Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Uh-huh. Joe Gillum's father was the defensive coordinator.
Put in the 70s.
Now the defensive coordinator. And so he was the head coach's right-hand man, but he was the defensive coordinator. John Merritt.
Yeah.
And I met John Merritt, and he shook my hand. How you doing, baby? And just real soft-mannered guy, but Gillum was the man. They would practice on defense and beat a team 63-0. If they got a first down, them hands was practicing after the game.
Oh, for real?
I saw their weights.
Yeah.
They didn't even have weights. They had foot tubs with they had put a metal bar in the foot tub. You know how you had a small little foot tub, and the medium foot tub, and then the big foot tub
filled with cement.
And that was their weight, filled with cement.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, they was
raw strength.
And then you talking about talent. See, back in the day, they had first round draft choices coming out of black colleges. If you look in the Hall of Fame, almost say 80% of all of the athletes from that 60s and 70s period came from black universities, HBCUs.
Yeah.
It was you couldn't go anywhere else in Tennessee but Tennessee State if you was black.
Yeah.
Claude Humphreys, just a lot of people. But Joe Gillum's father was so tough. Now, I don't think he was 5'8", maybe 5'7". But you talking about a man among men. Because them guys would go out there and literally die for him on that field if they had to.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that defense was rough.
Yeah, I think the aura of HBCUs, kids going to HBCUs, is coming back. because you can get sponsorships from anywhere now. You can get money, so like you can play a couple years and then like get your tapes up and then go to the pros or do whatever you want to do.
I think the NCAA is the biggest farce in the history of sports. I'm saying that because I've done a little research on now. Remember they came out with the NIL, and everybody thought that was going to be the thing, which it was the thing for certain individuals. Now they're going to start paying individuals to go to school, to play football. So I'm thinking that's a cross-the-board deal. Oh, no. It's the Power 5 schools.
Yep.
And now if you do that, if we go for that banana in the tailpipe situation with that, yeah, you're going to get the cream off the top. But if we try to follow that same format, HBCUs will turn into minority programs and training programs for those big five.
I saw that they the basketball side. On the basketball side, I saw that they're gonna have a tournament with like the big schools, blue bloods and all that,
Right.
like Kansas and Kentucky and all them.
Right.
Everybody that plays in that tournament get $1 million.
Oh,
wow.
for sure.
Yeah, and now
Like
but then
just
with the
not
transfer,
even win,
with the transfer
just
portal,
going in to play in the tournament.
I don't even. That's why Nick say I kind of feel Nick Saban. Like it's the game is like
the
what
portal?
what are we doing? Yeah,
Nah,
like
but on his stance though, because he did it from a sense of entitlement because he couldn't adapt.
right.
Right.
But but why would you want to if these kids are gonna come in and not even gonna take it serious? They just want money.
If he would have won, if he would win the national championship this year, there's no way he wouldn't have came back.
Yeah, and
Like he would have came back.
what he was saying sound like hate.
It was because
But
he couldn't adapt.
For him to be the winningest coach, and then for this UIL stuff to go on. Like I just seen a video of people showing up to Texas, to UT, and it's Ferraris and Bentleys when they walk into the thing.
Do
and it's
you
just
know
like,
there was a high school quarterback that went to Texas and they put $3.5 million on the table.
Manning's nephew.
And of course, he didn't need the money. I'm gonna just say that like that. Like some of our young people need the money. But if you can imagine, let's go back some years. Had the NCAA allowed for individuals to be compensated,
Deion Sanders wouldn't even play football.
You would not have the situation that you have in our communities where you got individuals that get out of high school and either go to prison, get locked up in jail, or messed up in drugs and all kind of situations in life that's might be construed as negative because they had no light at the end of the tunnel to go to because they've been involved in sports since they were young boys.
Yeah.
And then they pass them through high school and then they get out into a world that they think just because of their athletic abilities, they're going to have an opportunity to turn 18 and get the six-figure a bank account, drive the car that they want to drive, live in the house and home they want to live in, and none of that comes true. And so many times in the past when I would go out and speak to groups and organizations, it was shocking to them to realize just because you turned 18 did not mean what they thought it was. You in the same boat that everybody else that's 18 in America that came from where you came from is struggling, and you got the other group that's a sense of entitlement that you can't even have an opportunity to explore.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things going on with that NCAA thing that we're blinded by the lights of the allurement of the national championship and all those different things that come with it. And we see some of our guys going through. But what about the hundreds and the thousands of guys that never even get a look or a sniff of playing professional ball or even college?
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is, to me, that you don't have to be a young kid trying to get through high school and dreaming about making it to the pros. Just make it to college.
Yeah.
They didn't took that away.
No, but they don't have to because we don't have to fall for that. If they would across the board and see, I really feel sorry for the women, and I say that, and I'm just saying this is not Poor Horseman's opinion. This is my opinion, and I've lived it real time. And the thing about it is, my experience was a situation where I had to go through and make real lifetime decisions on the spot. Yeah. So any kid that's coming out of high school with an opportunity to go to college and make money, even if it's 6 digits, if it's 5 digits, you're going to come out of school and have an opportunity to get you a house, to get you a car, to start your life.
But they're not, on the other side of that, a lot of these kids aren't prepared to even be on their own, let alone going. Because a lot of these kids that I deal with or that I see in my experience in training or whatever, they want to come home. A lot of these kids will go to the school year, maybe a couple semesters. They want to come back, go to U of H, go to TSU, they just don't know how to make it on their own, so to speak, or just be constructive on their own.
Right, but you have to look at all of that in layers. It's just like when we look at the pros, you got, let's just take basketball for instance. You have the Michael Jordan layer, which is very thin. Then you have, I heard y'all talking about Austin Rivers. You have an Austin Rivers layer. Austin Rivers, there's so many people under Austin Rivers that never even get that chance, that if he was not on his level, his father wouldn't have been able to do like maybe other individuals have done and give their son, son an opportunity.
Yeah, I ain't knocking the nepotism.
And he's definitely good enough to be in the NBA.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He's cool, but the thing was, on that team, the other black individuals that was on that team didn't think what he got was warranted. And so once,
that's a different level.
Yeah, so once they felt like that, then that's what was detrimental to the team, because you got people actually on the team like, yo, you just giving him that because he's your son.
Okay, let me ask you this, and let's look at L.A. Lakers. Now, is Austin Reeves much better than the other guy?
What other guy?
Rivers.
Yes.
Austin Reeves?
Yeah.
He proved himself.
Is he in the middle level or is he superstar?
Middle level. He got paid like as a middle level.
We know he got paid.
No, I'm saying as a middle level.
If he was somebody else, would he have got paid like that?
I can't say that because
this is what we can say.
No, because
this is what we can say. We have seen that there has been so much favoritism in that regard.
Yeah.
So we can't disregard it because history is undefeated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
History, and see, we have a tendency. One of the famous sayings.
What history are you talking about?
I'm talking about the history of sports in America.
Okay.
And when you have individuals far back as early as the 20s, and even far back, there was a guy named Fritz Pollard, who was a All-American running back. And when kids play Pop Warner football and all that, Pop Warner himself said he's the greatest running back I've ever seen.
That's a real dude?
Pop Warner is an actual person?
Hey, look at it.
Hold on.
No.
You talking about, no, okay.
Pop Warner is like an actual person.
Okay, let me slow down.
Oh my God.
Okay. Keenan, let me slow down. Let me just say this.
What's his description? What did he do?
Okay, let me say he's the one that started all of that. But okay. You have to realize, sometimes history, like I said, history is undefeated.
And look up the other brother.
Fritz Pollard.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about Fritz Pollard. He came from a middle-class family. 2 successful black individuals had a young man that was a good athlete. In 2016, he was at Brown University, and he literally made All-American.
Fitzpatrick.
Went to the pros. When he went to the pros, they put him at. They wouldn't put him at quarterback or anything like that. They put him at like running back, flanker, and all that kind of thing. He in 1923, he became the head coach, and he put himself at quarterback. He was the first black quarterback. The first black quarterback to ever play in the NFL. And then, watch this though. Now y'all know how I was doing T-shirts back in the day, right? Every time the Super Bowl came up.
Yeah.
Because my whole dream was kind of varied, but I'm gonna stay on point. In 23, it was the first time that you had two black quarterbacks playing against each other in the NFL, in the Super Bowl. Very first time. And so people say, man, see, you want to do a shirt? You know you can do a shirt. I'm like, okay. And so I researched it a little bit, and I found about Pollard being the first black coach. So now it's 100 years. So I did this poster. My lawyer said, don't even release it yet. Because he said, see, when you done hit the mark on this one, this is super. I wanted that vintage look and all of that. And it had Fitch Pollard, and then 100 years in the making. And I had a little pitch saying that I'll show it to y'all afterwards. But here's my point. When history, if we don't know our history, there's a lot of things that we are going to repeat that was negative that we could have avoided. But if you know your history, then you can learn either way. I've learned this by going to a historically black university purposely. When I had scholarship offers from Michigan State and Eastern Michigan University and all of the smaller universities in Michigan. And I found out, never knew, that even black colleges existed. But when I found out, I did go to visit and fell flat in love. But I was actually in Wilberforce University at Central State University, where the Underground Railroad went through with Harriet Tubman and all of that. So the whole fiber of my DNA is that driven, to help our young people at least see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this facade that they're giving us with the NCAA, and now we're gonna pay players, and then you're gonna leave the HBCUs and all the other small schools behind when you got NCAA Division 1, 2, and 3?
So we had a small debate last week about the women's basketball, and we was talking about the Olympic team fiasco.
Okay. You talking about with the girl, Kayla.
They didn't put her on the team. They didn't put Angel Reese on the team. They ain't put your girlfriend on the team. Is she on the team?
No.
What's the girl name?
Oh, you talking about Kai.
Yeah.
Say Kai.
I'm just saying they're not putting their, even if they, all of them are good, right?
Yeah.
The girl is good. So I said that they should be riding the wave of this newfound energy that they have with all these new rookies and just all the eyeballs they have. They should just ride the wave for the Olympics. You're gonna be out in London. You got LeBron and them coming back.
So the Olympics, the girls, if they come in, all the girls on the Olympic team gonna make, let's say, hundreds or tens of thousands of dollars.
They get paid to play for the Olympics?
I think so.
Right. In some form or whatever.
They
But
gonna
here's
get
my
some
point.
type
Here's
of
my point I'm
sponsorship
making.
deal.
The WNBA, the girls now with the NIL, they lose money going to the pros.
Oh, yeah. We know that.
The salaries start at $80,000.
Yeah.
So if you making, if I'm gonna be the first round drafter and I'm gonna make $80,000 and I'm already putting 6 or 7 digits, why am I gonna? You see,
you can go play and still make your sponsor money.
Well, they can't leave.
But why
early
would you?
anyway.
Why would
They
you?
got to stay all 4 years.
Women,
I'm saying
women
about the
basketball
girl.
players got to stay all 4 years.
In college.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why when they came up with the situation, when you talk about equality, women in America have always been considered irrelevant in the history of America. When you saw the suffragists had to go out and try to vote and all this kind of thing, and you could beat your wife, that was your property.
That's crazy.
But when we look at it, I'm saying sometimes if history and you wipe the glasses off and you start seeing things clearly, when you get information that tells you something is not right, then you got to go do some research. Then you can find out information, and then you can avoid those traps that's set up. Now you're talking about a history of what? Let's just go back to what y'all wanted to talk about, but I'm saying the history of the Civil War. They even got a movie out now about the lies and different things that was told about the Civil War, as opposed to what
really
we were supposed was, And but the other thing is this: the history of massacres and riots and different things that took place in America that they said was really generated to perpetuate their situation and cement it so that, can you imagine in the 1960s, and I'm switching gears, if they would have allowed all of those athletes into the white schools, the predominantly white colleges at that time, they'd have been so much better than what they was getting. They were not allowed to play. And even when I looked at some of the history of players who's in the 20s, and they literally killed them on the football field. Black players that came out and literally died, whether lack of attention to the injuries that they incurred on the football field or literally died on the football field because they were targeted and it was, nobody's ever been accused of assault or murder or anything like that. So yes, it's Juneteenth. A lot of things are going on.
So we're not talking about Caitlin Clark.
Right. Okay. But Caitlin Clark, okay.
Because it's Juneteenth.
It's Juneteenth. But my point is this. Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine somebody telling you 2.5 years later that you actually free? You could have been free 2.5 years ago. But I'm saying all that. What? The only reason I'm saying that because I got a couple calls, and
you ain't gotta hold it.
And I had to come to and support the Juneteenth situation in Galveston and in Stafford. Being a writer and all of that, I have a lot of things to share. But let me just say this about the Caitlin Clark thing. I don't like the fact that some of these women who want the hard-nosed things that the men had to go through. Look what Jordan had to go through. Look what, before he started winning his championships and different things that they had to go through. But I understand that they now want that. But you got to look at it now, like you was alluding to, business is business. Yeah. If you got Caitlin Clark on there, even if she was on the bench, even if she was getting minutes, even if she was coming in just hitting spot threes, you still got eyeballs. Sure. You still got more notoriety to the women's game. Sometimes you don't want to cut off your nose to spite your face. But I understand the when the girl bumped her and knocked her down.
Yeah.
And like, I'm gonna welcome to the WNBA.
Yeah.
But it was a flagrant situation.
Yeah.
And then, at the same time, if you've been any type of athlete, when you first get somewhere, they're going to test you.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be tested.
What was they saying about her fans? The fans, what was the
It's just
excuse?
not dictating who gets on the team. What should have been done at the very least, I'm not against them not putting on the team, but when y'all do bring up like her as a trio, her, Angel Reese, and
Everybody that's moving conversation about the WNBA
No,
should
not
be
her.
on that team.
No, it was a
big girl
trio.
out in,
Those three girls.
Cameron.
Cameron Brink.
Brink.
So Caitlin, Angel Reese, and Cameron Brink.
Yeah.
At the very least, what they could have done was kind of take a page from the NBA when Carmelo, LeBron, and D Wade were rookies, and they was on the Olympic team. They went bronze, but they put all three of them on the team. The problem is who you gonna take off the team, and then if these women have been winning 9 straight,
Close your eyes and take somebody off.
No,
that
that's the thing.
motherfucker.
They won 9 straight gold medals. Why take away from something?
They're gonna win again.
That's because that same team is gonna be on there.
They can. Our women are better than all the world by far.
It's
a little bit
by far. So
it's a little bit closer than you.
But it's just like the men.
all you need is
close game.
all you need is Asia Wilson
Yeah, that's really
Plum.
good. She's nice.
and who else?
Women
they got?
basketball, but you don't understand though.
And then just throw everybody else.
You don't
in there.
understand though. Women, the WNBA players play the WNBA. They don't have no off season. They go overseas
Okay.
and
Just
go
to make
play
money.
just to make money
I
in
get it.
between that time.
Well, okay.
So now they playing against people that knows them.
Yeah.
Compared to the Olympics where the men's side where it was so one-sided because one, they were so far away from the game, and then two, they wasn't playing these people until like every 2 to 4 years.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not.
These people
It's
play
different.
each other. They play
That's
each
different.
other.
It's different
every-
skill set, and we're
every
talking
summer.
about two
It is-
different
it is a
genders.
different
We're talking
No,
about.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. The women's
Development.
side of it, development, is not as open as it is in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Like they already closed in on the men's side. We've been there where we lost, and they had to fix things up. On the women's side, it just ain't been there, but it's closing in. And the people that pick the teams, they are like,
They're trying to stay ahead of the curve.
yeah, we staying ahead. Why we gonna mess up something that's working?
Because for the future betterment of the league,
They don't benefit the league. They
for them to have the money and the eyeballs.
You remember when Don Staley and them was on Martin?
Mhm.
WNBA didn't exist.
I know.
So they were just good from being in college and on the women's Olympic team.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens in the Olympics does nothing for the WNBA in regards
It would in these days. It
It-
would.
it
Definitely.
doesn't, though.
With
But-
social media, yes.
No,
can see
because
that. I can see
we
that.
Absolutely.
have it now. We have it now where we have so much access to these games, and yet you still see it that it comes out that the WNBA gonna lose like $50 million this year.
I seen
So
For what?
despite
They lose $50 million
they're
this year?
losing
Yeah,
$50 million this
Wow.
year.
Said. That's just-
So despite
Well, you know why? One of the things, the travel, the crowds.
yeah, you gotta
and
you gotta
then
spend
endorsements.
you gotta lose money to get down the
Yeah.
road.
Now, how many people in here have been to a WNBA game?
We used to take us to the Comets game.
Right, I went
Go
to the Comets game.
Yeah, I went
Yes.
to the Comets.
And when you went to the Comets game, who was there? All women.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm
not
saying
back in the
all.
day.
Yo,
It was live back in the day.
It was, but I'm saying it was
Compact
women.
Center? No, I remember going to
It
them
was guys
games.
there. It was guys
It
there,
was
but
people
but
there.
It was people there. It was a theme because we was one. We had
And
one
we had
or
sit-
three or
sit
four
And
in
people.
I do remember. I remember a lot of women was cutting their hair and doing the Kemperot, blonde joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just remember it
But they
being,
had
I don't
it
know
was
about
a- it
everywhere
was-
else.
Women was coming forth because now they had something that was theirs. They
Yeah.
could see, touch, and feel another
Yeah.
woman's situation. Now, if you that carry over somehow trickled down a little bit after the comics when they started expanding a little bit, it didn't grow as much as they thought right off the bat. But now they have an opportunity, what you was getting at. They have an opportunity with this college overflow with the Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
The only thing is that you have a young lady that ridiculous. She's as close to Curry as I've ever seen with a girl shooting a basketball in terms of range.
For sure.
And she needs to embody a little bit more strength and endurance, and even just make it through this season. Make it through this season. But if you put her on the Olympic team right now, and she will the season be over? She couldn't even make the trials to get a look because of the overlapping. So it's a lot of things that's going on. But the one thing that I had a problem with was in just looking at some of the sports prognosticators.
What?
Is that, well, I was a street sports prognosticator. But the fact of the matter is this. These guys were actually on live television just tearing the women's situation apart. And all they were saying is, let her get some experience. Let her get comfortable in being a professional athlete. Let her understand what's demanded of her before we just throw her in the fire. Because in doing that, what if she gets hurt and she's out on a career-ending injury or something?
I'm be thinking about, because the landscape is broad. You got Juju coming in. She's still coming. The Juju from USC. I'm just saying, she's still coming. The girl from UConn is coming. Right. So you got to make big time decisions now in the WNBA.
No, because
I think so.
Majority of those women that's on the team now are gonna be gone.
Yeah, they will.
You got Diana Taurasi.
You got a lot of. You got what? 24 years.
Cool.
Yeah, but like.
So I'm just saying, make some moves now.
But no,
you got 4 years.
You giving them they last. Think about it on the men's side again.
No, I'm not saying nobody should be taken off or nothing. I'm just saying the WNBA as a whole should start making these decisions where it benefits them in the next 4 or 5 years.
They don't have the same money that the NBA has.
Yeah, but this is the time now to build that money. You got the cash cow.
Not even that though. They giving them they last hurrahs. Just like on the NBA side, you got LeBron, you got Curry, who's doing his first one, and it's gonna be his last. Kawhi, I like all KD, all these people, all of them. It's like the last hurrah because the next Olympics is gonna be a whole new batch. Yeah, probably the only returning faces we'll probably see is if he does it or if they ask 45. Him. No, it's like Devin Booker or who else is on the team?
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Those kind of guys.
You know, those kind of guys. But it's going to be a whole new batch. And on the next Olympics for the women, you're going to get Caitlin. You're going to get Angel Reese. You're going to get Cameron Brink. Yeah. And then what is 4 years down the road? So Juju will be coming out. Yeah. So what it is just the last hurrah, and then the next Olympics when it comes out, and if she handle her business like she's supposed to and they expect her to, then that's when you get the whole broad showing and you got the whole stage. Now she not just sitting on the bench and you wondering or crying about her playing time. She's going to be one of the key members of the team. Because if she go on the team now, then the distraction, what they kept saying is the distraction of people complaining about her not playing or this, that, and the third can take away from the team. It wasn't needed. Her services wasn't needed.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I think that they did right. They did right. After I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Just like Pop said, she needs to get a little stronger. Mm-hmm. She needs to get adapted to the strength, the speed, and everything of the game that she's playing now with these ladies. I think once she figures that out, she's gonna be what we think what she is.
For sure.
But yeah, I say the next go round, she'll be one of them.
You remember, y'all might be a little bit younger, but you remember when Magic Johnson came to the pros?
I wasn't born.
We wasn't born, but we heard the story. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
We seen the docs.
When Magic Johnson came into the pros,
yeah,
he was still doing his thing, and with Kareem, and they won the championship.
Yeah,
but Kareem got hurt.
Yeah,
in the 6th game, and they was in Philly.
In the 5th game, he got hurt.
Well, he got hurt, but then Magic took over.
Yeah,
the center spot. Yeah. I'm Kareem, and actually hit the hook.
Yeah,
to win the game.
Have no fear, Magic is
okay. Now Jerry West just passed away, right?
Yeah.
Jerry West said the hardest decision he had to make when Norm Van Leer, who was the point guard.
Yeah,
Norm Nixon.
I'm sorry. Norm Nixon was the point guard, and Magic was on the team. And he had to trade Norm Nixon, I think, to the Clippers or something like that. He traded him, but he said it was the toughest thing because they knew that Magic was good. But with Norm Nixon there handling the ball, it was taking away Magic's shine.
The same situation
Magic
with
was actually, and Jerry West said it. He said, "I'm trading Norm Nixon because he's good, but Magic with the ball, Irvin is Magic."
Wow.
And so they had to remove. Sometimes if you get more out of less, and so when they traded him, then of course Magic evolved into.
Can we
what it
you
was.
mentioned, I forgot, Jerry West. Can we talk about his accomplishments in the basketball history for a second? So he came, played for the Lakers, was beat by Bill, your
8
boy,
times.
8
They
times?
played him 8 times. They lost 7.
And he won 2?
He won 1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Came out of that, he started coaching.
He coached,
Or assistant coach?
He was actually he was the coach.
He was the head coach.
He was
He was the head coach.
but he didn't like it.
He didn't like it.
Yeah.
Pat Riley
Then
came
they
in.
brought Pat Riley as
No,
he was
no.
he was assistant.
No, the
at-
boy,
it was another guy.
No, it was another guy before Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Pat Riley was just doing,
The guy with the
front office
glasses.
stuff.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but
Yeah.
he got he was the
It
assistant.
was West Paul though.
No, Paul Westphal was the assistant.
yeah.
It was another guy. He ended up going to the Pacers, but Paul Westphal was the assistant, and Buddy had a bike accident during that first year, and he got messed up really bad. And Paul Westphal came on as the head coach,
That's true.
and then they ended up letting him go, and then he went to the Pacers and got coach of the year the next year.
Yeah. So he put Pat Riley in that position. He coerced him to like take the
Yeah.
position. They end up start winning championships. He was on board with the Lakers for how many years from there?
He was up
All
until
the eight.
And then
To the
fast forward, he ended up signing Kobe and Shaq in the same week,
yep,
right?
Yeah.
yep.
He went to the Clippers after that.
Yeah, Clippers.
No, Grizzlies. He went to the Grizzlies.
Oh, he did go to the Grizzlies. You right.
He went to the
with
Grizzlies.
Zebo and them.
No, he went to the Grizzlies, and he had Hubie Brown, Jason Williams,
Oh yeah,
and Paul Gasol.
yeah.
And then he traded Paul Gasol to the Lakers.
Ah,
And then he went to Golden State.
Yeah, he did go to.
He went to Golden State like as a consultant, but he the one that got KD there. And then he went to the Clippers, and he the one that got Paul George there.
yes.
I want to know about Jerry West, the player, because
Ooh.
we know he's the logo, and I always heard he was one of the baddest white boys ever.
He could shoot. A lot of times you have to. What people sometimes they don't want to put in the work, but you know how good Steph Curry is.
Yeah,
But that ham shoots the ball all the time. And the thing about it is you have to shoot to get that feel. And,
Yep.
and once you get that feel,
That muscle
and
memory.
then you got what we call that eye. Some people can shoot. Like if you just take those two individuals, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Steph Curry has an eye and he could get hot. Klay, if you leave him open, you might as well run back down the court. It's good. If he and we when coming up, you had people who was like that. They could if they was Jerry West was like that. If he could get his jump shot off, you can forget it.
Wasn't he the only player to win Finals MVP and lost?
And
yeah,
lost,
yeah.
You remember the half shot?
LeBron should have got this
the
shit,
half
too.
court shot that he hit, and they show all the time.
Yeah,
and the game
to
went
tie the
overtime.
game, yeah.
He lost that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, his life was basketball. He was a straightforward guy. The only thing we had a choice between who we wanted to be growing up. And my best friend, Larry Carter, I'll never forget at the time, he was one of those guys. If you was playing the game and somebody didn't get, because if you didn't win, you're going to be sitting for a while because there might be 200 guys out there. But if you left Larry out there, hey, if you, we used to call it 2 feet away. If you 2 feet away, when I get to catch and shoot, you too far. It's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. If you 2 feet away
And y'all was hooping in jeans and Converse.
Like that. If we could foul you and stop you from scoring, oh, that's your fault. You. So we
Did y'all call a foul?
With no fouls. There wasn't no fouls.
What?
We played with no fouls.
holds barred.
It's my type of hooping.
Hey, you can't play with fouls because all them soft guys has to be out there foul.
Yeah.
No.
So nobody drove the lane.
You drive the lane, but you driving the score.
Yeah.
You don't care what they do. And here's the other thing: if you got 50 guys playing Wild 21,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
and the cutoff was somebody got 11. If you didn't have 4, you out.
Yeah. we used
Now
to
they
play
got to
like that.
sit out. And so now you want to make sure you got the cutoff, and then you can kind of parlay from there. And then somebody got 11, and then all them other guys had to leave. It might be 8 guys left. So now you playing with the 8. So you really, if the guy that start getting 17, y'all gonna double him, and then you know, and you gonna, but
that's crumbs.
So, it's individual.
You used to do that, but like, it's somebody waiting to get the rebound, and he probably got 15.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna hurt you because the other guy hit a shot.
So we used to, if he got 17, and you got 15 and up, then you got to play defense.
But see all that thinking that has to go on like that.
Man, if I got 15, you ain't telling me what to do.
Nah, because that's crumb. You a crumb.
But here's the thing: if you had 16, you know you could hit the shot.
You gotta make that free
and then
throw.
you can make them free throws.
Yeah, he didn't want to have 20 at the
you
line.
hit 20 and missed the free throw.
You got
back
down.
to 13.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. Y'all have to go ahead and, because I get excited about things and all that. But the fact of the matter is still that there's a lot going on because this is a historic period of time in history. And you know, the sports thing and all that, it's been an ongoing thing in my life for a long time, since 5th grade. But now this last, with y'all stretch, this last 40 years, it's been a marvelous time for me because all that time ago, I had to make some real life decisions, and I'm seeing them paying off. You know, and I just thank God for that.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear more about like you got all the great stories, but just raising your boys, seeing them grow to be like good young men. Like how does that make you feel?
It's a great feeling. I'm telling you, I'm getting goosebumps because Keenan and Jared can attest. I used to have them old Suburbans, right?
Yeah, he used to be bourbon
I got
down.
4 of my boys, right? If they bring a friend or 2, I got 8 or 10 kids with me.
Right.
Now, and then so I was working, most of the time I was working 2 or 3 jobs.
Wow.
And then when I finally settled down, and I was telling the story to Noah, but when I finally settled down and I started working primarily one job and then some overtime, so on my weekends, I would gather the boys and then we go out and do things. So we would do things like I was the master of a $20 bill. I was the king of a $20 bill. Hey, I got
you
gas.
make it straight.
Hey, I got $5 in the gas in the Suburban. Okay, we hit the dollar movie.
Yeah.
And then we get the big bucket of popcorn, all you can eat.
Yeah.
And then we get the little glasses and the all you can drink soda. And then we passing the soda around. Somebody go get the refill.
Somebody go get the refill.
And then, when
you get about 3 refills before the movie come on.
And then afterwards, we hit CC's Pizza.
Ooh, that was a spot.
All you can eat for $1.99.
That's when CC's was live.
No doubt.
Eat for $1.99. So I stretched that 20.
That 20 take you long. Man, that 20
no way.
nothing for you.
There's no way you can do that now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, you can't.
It's everything's expensive.
Yeah, everything.
And see, Keenan called me on something one time. See, when I would work on the weekends too, and I would get them out the house and they come go with me because I was getting all my concession stuff free, so they eating good, popcorn, all that kind of stuff. And then sometime when I would work at the school, I go in like the gym and get them handles basketball, and they in there hooping for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I remember we was in there playing one-on-one full court when North Carolina lost to Utah in the I think it's Elite 8 or Final 4.
Uh-huh.
Well, when Andre Miller was killing them for Utah.
Yeah.
I remember that
Andre
day
Miller.
to this day.
Yeah.
But what you said, I called you out on what?
Yeah, you called me out because you said, hold on, Dad. I mean, you said, wait a minute, I've got to thinking about it. You would take us to work with you and then put us in the gym and we over there hooping for 4 hours while you working overtime. You had us over there in a, you know, kind of in a safe place that good, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
We used to go to First Baptist
oh yeah.
and we get dropped off at First Baptist with like $1. And that was it. Like we were drinking water, and then you got to pick and choose when you use your $1. Cause if you used it early, we wasn't getting picked up till about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we'll get there by like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you use it in that first hour, you done.
Yeah.
But by the time he come, you'll be good and hungry. CC's Pizza, and then movie.
So how often was y'all hitting CC's?
Man, that was like every other weekend. At some point. That's why all the movies we used to watch.
That was our schedule.
Because our mom used to kick us out the house.
Yeah, because we would hit the, you know, because I'd be working most of the week, you know, but then on weekends I was off most of the time, or if even I worked some situations and all that, I could take them with me.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, nah.
And she had us out the house.
But seeing them grown now, like, how does that make you feel?
It's a great feeling because so many of my peers have had tragic circumstances and situations.
Right.
And even while I was working, you know, the FBI statistics would give you that if you had 4 sons, you're going to lose at least one of them.
Did you think Keenan was going to be one?
Damn.
No.
That was being bad.
No,
not losing.
No.
We don't want to lose him. That's my boy.
I mean,
trying to kill me off like a sitcom.
When we talk about, I'm talking about death.
Oh no!
To me, that was not an option. I'm not losing. I'm not taking any L's. Yeah. And so, but when Keenan was a young boy, I had to, and I told him at his wedding thing. His situation was tenable because I had to make a choice. Do I beat him to death, or do I talk to him? You know, because I didn't. The one thing that I didn't want to do, I didn't want to crush his spirit. And see, I wasn't this gregarious guy back then.
Right.
And I was somewhat limited, but I did have to make some decisions where Keenan was concerned because of his disposition, his attitude. Not in the son.
I know what you're saying.
The spirit of who he was.
Yeah.
Either I had to conform it. Now, the mother, my wife would tell her stories all the time that she would have to go up to the school and the principal would call her, Miss Seahorn, you want to come up here and get Keenan.
Wow.
And she'd come up and get Keenan, take him home, whoop him up, and then and you can bring him back whenever you get finished.
The good old days.
Bring him back. But my point is this, that it's seeing him now.
Yeah.
And how he's handled his life situation and circumstance. And then Keenan was faced with some situations that he had to persevere through to get where he is. And so to see him push through those points, and it was nothing, you know, as a father, it's only sometimes you just can sit back and watch. And I just saw him persevere through a lot of things like that.
What about baby?
Jared was a little different. Jared was one of those guys that, just to give you an idea of the two, and then you can see where Jared was. We would give both of them, when they was in the elementary together, $1, but they ate free lunch. And Keenan would spend his $1 and eat the free lunch. Jared would put his $1 in the big old football tank he had upstairs, and he eat the free lunch. So one day I was asking my wife, I said, you got any change I need to get the beltway and all that? She said, no, but I think Jared got some money in that football upstairs. We go and look in the football, it's full of dollar bills. And so we say all the time, we got 1 and 3 and 2 and 4.
Right. I remember that.
The thing about Keenan and 1 is that if they in the house, you gonna know it. and 2 and 4, I could come in the house sometime and I asked my wife, "Is anybody here?" She said, "I think 2 and 4 upstairs."
They was my numbers.
And then I'm gonna just tell you something. Keenan came over. What was that? You just came over just recently. But not yes. It was something. A game was upstairs or something was going on. It might have been early in the playoffs or something. Oh, when your electricity went out with the phone.
Yeah.
Me and my wife looked at each other.
Still the same.
3 in the house.
I know. I knew it was gonna say that.
Otherwise, you ain't hear nothing all day, all over.
Yeah. 3 is here.
The champ is here. But Jared was so.
Yeah.
Jared, I was like this. I was not this gregarious guy. I wouldn't tell you what I'm gonna do. But if you would find out what I would do, it would be too late. So Jared wouldn't go out and advertise a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
And that was his nature of things, quiet, but he was in his lane of doing things. And as long as he did them the way he saw them in his mind, where he came to find out, I didn't know at the time because it hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
Well, they hadn't been diagnosed. But I was dyslexic when I was in first grade. My first grade teacher, I guess she saw something in me that she used me for all these, like the Dr. Zeus stuff and all of that. And so I was actually in front of the class and doing my thing and all of that, and everybody else getting involved in all that. So when she got ready to transfer, and when I got ready to go to the second grade, she told Miss Brown, she said, "Hey, when you get ready to do your math modules and all that, get Keith to come up there," and he gets up there and the rest of the kids get all excited and blah, blah, blah. Well, when we found out Jared was like that in elementary school, they wanted to make some concessions for him. And my wife, we agreed, because I didn't have options when I was in. We had some options.
Yeah.
But when he got ready to go to high school, we said no. We want him in all the things that everybody else has the opportunity to do, because he has the will and the perseverance to make it through. And he did it, and just seeing him push through his lane of things. But I never forget when he had a full scholarship to go to college in Iowa. And we were getting ready to go on the plane, and one of us, we could only send, I think it was Presley, right?
It was
Presley, and they only had 2 seats. And so we were going to take another plane and meet him up there. And when Jared and them went through the door, my wife was heading toward, because I think they had made concessions for her, and Jared was on his way back, because he would have been leaving a comfort zone for the first time going to Iowa. But long story short, when we got up there, they wanted him so bad to come up there, but he made the right decision in doing what he wanted to do. Yeah. And all of them have always had their mind to do, but it's a different way of doing things. Sometimes but as a father, you have to recognize where your sons are, and you have to work with them where they are. And what a lot of fathers do, they try to have one just blanket thing, and you can't do that. And I learned, because I started coaching in the SWAC when I was 22 years old. And some guys, you can snatch them up and shake them up, and then they'll go out and kill a guy if he had to.
Right.
But another guy, you do that to him, and he's no more good for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But you just have to know the psychological profile of the individuals that you're dealing with and deal with them on their level.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, you got an insight. You hear what I've been saying from the jump. I'm consistent.
Definitely.
I've been a psychopath all my life. And JC is a silent killer. But on this Father's Day edition, got our dad back up here. Yeah. Just want to give you your platform that you graced us with and just kill it every time. The viewers been asking for you back.
Yeah, they have.
So
I think you made homeboy name go viral. What's the killer?
the basketball player.
What was the
Tony Smith?
Tony Smith.
So like there were people
Yeah.
literally Googling him
Yeah, they were.
and finding out his information.
Hey,
So
Did
just
you-
giving his flowers
Did we
about
ever
who
say?
he is.
Did we ever talk about how the dude stopped you at the gas station over that?
yeah,
Tony
no,
Smith.
well,
I don't think we came. You told us after that podcast. You
Oh, I
told
thought-
us you went to the
yeah,
gas
I was at the
station,
gas station.
and somebody was like, "Man, I know Tony Smith. I remember Tony
No, he
Smith."
said he was from Saginaw.
Okay.
And I told him, he said, yeah, you know Tony Smith? He said, man, Tony Smith. He knew Tony Smith because he was older than Tony Smith, but he knew Tony Smith's like uncle or somebody like that. And he said, man, Tony Smith. And see, Tony Smith was the head of Magic. But Tony's Magic, they said when Magic was 2 years old, that ham could handle the ball and all that. The legend of Magic is all that. But Tony Smith,
Magical band.
hey, Tony Smith was the guy that had unlimited range.
Right.
He could shoot a dribble or two past half court like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And I've never
looked
seen
him
a
up.
guy as focused on making a point to the other team like he did when he played against us in that scrimmage up there when
Wow,
he just
that's-
scored on all of us. And then I was the last one and he jumped on him and he kind of rocked me like Earl of Pearl and he was in the corner and then turned around in my face and I'm thinking I got some good D on him and just all net
Oh, yeah.
and just told me I got something for all you.
Well,
Well, all right, man. Is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, I really my heart goes out to young people today. I know a lot of your listeners, they are 35 and
Yeah.
30, you know, in that kind of range. And even if you get out of high school, you're 18, you're 25, have some kind of plan, have some kind of focus, have something going for you. Because right now, just being an African American in America, being black in America, or being a man or a woman in America, and finding yourself in a situation where now you're 18 years old and you're into life. I'm gonna just say it like this: nobody cares. So you have to care about you, and you have to make decisions that's going to help affect your future in a positive way.
fact.
All right. Let's end it on
That's
that note.
episode 302.
Father's Day edition.